Hello everyone, and welcome to the first batch of new reviews for the year. To start off, I have a special treat, an early review of Joe Cornish's newest film, as the director of Attack the Block focuses his attention on the legend of King Arthur and Excalibur, and a group of children who team up to help save the world. This is The Kid Who Would Be King. There's a real sense of adventure and a lot of imagination to this movie, which is an example of how the Brits really know how to create these sorts of fantasies. The young actors playing the main characters are really good, with Cornish also exploring how unlikely teams can sometimes come together. There's almost an Amblin feel to how these preteens interact, as it's not a perfect union, and that creates the proper amount of drama. The creatures and monsters they have to defeat are highly creative, brilliantly brought to life by the visual effects artists, and become genuine threats. This is one of those family films that definitely earns its PG rating. The action is directed with the right dosage of style and excitement, whether it's a car chase or when they're riding on horseback. The use of world building in The Kid Who Would Be King is also well done, as Cornish gives us enough exposition, but without overwhelming us. A lot of this is done through Merlin, who appears as both a young man and the more elderly depiction we're often accustomed to. He serves as a mentor for the leads as well as the comic relief, and Cornish comes up with a lot of clever and funny details when writing Merlin. There's also Rebecca Ferguson, who gets to have fun chewing the scenery as the main villain, Morgana. Ultimately, the movie becomes a touching story about the value of working together and how we need to be nice to each other in these times of escalating drama, and I think that's a worthy message in this day and age. The Kid Who Would Be King opens in theaters next week, and I'm not sure how it'll do, so definitely give it a chance. Next up, M. Night Shyamalan finally completes his 19 years in the making superhero movie trilogy with Glass. I will admit that while I've seen Split, I did not get around to watching Unbreakable, and yet it was Bruce Willis's character, David Dunn, who intrigued me the most when watching Glass. While the opening scenes suggest he is the central focus, he oddly disappears for chunks of the movie, as Shyamalan appears more interested in his villains. James McAvoy and Samuel L. Jackson are clearly enjoying themselves as the main antagonists, but I was more invested in the internal thoughts going through Dunn's mind during this whole ordeal. I think even Sarah Paulson has more screen time than he has. Shyamalan does have some interesting ideas and questions he brings to the table, particularly about the role of comic books within society, and I like the notion of Paulson's character as a skeptic who doesn't believe in their abilities and tries to disprove them. However, the movie eventually gets really talky, with a bunch of speeches that sort of spell out the message of the movie. Glass kind of meanders along as it jumps between thoughtful commentary and a standard thriller. The climax especially goes on for far too long. There's a good 20 to 30 minutes that could have been cut out of this movie, especially in the third act. With that said, while I'm a bit mixed on Glass, I'm happy Shyamalan finally got to complete his trilogy, and I hope the Unbreakable fans enjoy the movie. Thank you for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.